You cannot conceive of the idea of constitutionalism without highlighting, emphasizing the idea of limited government. And obviously, you can have a failure of limited government in a variety of fronts. One normally tends to think of it first in relation to the executive, but also as far as the legislature is concerned, but specifically the executive in the first place. But you can also have a failure of constitutionalism and a failure of limited government in the sphere of the courts. And I can mention many examples of that. Let me perhaps mention one that was much spoken of last year. There was a judge, Judge Mota, who instructed people appearing before him in a case, why does the panel of advocates look like the way it looks? He said, well, this case deals with the question of black economic empowerment, and for that reason he was not satisfied with the fact that it was only white counsel, white advocates appearing before him. And there was a debate afterwards, and one of the senior advocates that was involved in the television debate said, no, we should understand, a judge can actually do anything. He can regulate the proceedings in the court, and precisely to that end, he should also be authorized to ask questions pertaining to the racial identity of the advocate in front of him.
His fiefdom.
Yeah. Now, that is obviously wrong. I wrote a little article about that, together with a friend of mine, Llewellyn Kerloos, which you might know. My point in the article was, no, what the judge was doing, he was exercising a form, he was acting anti-constitutionalist, because he was appropriating powers for himself, which do not vest in the court. They do not vest in a judge. So he acted on an absolutist basis. That was a form of judicial absolutism, which is as not only unconstitutional, as anti-constitutionalism, as any other form of anti-constitutional action, also that of an executive.